shit anymore, Jenny. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday after you went to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I need to park it real quick. I fixed the spacers, so... I guess I'm driving?
Yes, I hate
All right.
driving.
Alright, let me go park real quick so I can fix this.
Okay. It does look much better.
It does. The other one was just disgusting.
Yeah, it looked like a weird Cybertruck, like, weird mutant baby.
I don't know. I think this is fun, Spice. I like it. Did I hate this. It's so fucking dumb.
What?
So, if you look at the left front wheel, it pokes out more than the left or the right front wheel. And you're supposed to align the fucking wheels with the body.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Hey, you want me to ruin your day? Yeah. Okay, take a look at the front right wheel and see how much it pokes out. Yeah, now take a look at the left front wheel.
Bro, why is everything we have scuffed?
I don't fucking know and I hate it, but here we are. Alright, I'll be back.
Yeah, have fun.
Wish us luck.
Make sure you have your seatbelt on.
Yes. Well, there goes Gossip Gal again.
What, did they send out something new?
Yeah, just talking about Juno getting fired.
No, that was gonna come out nonetheless.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, again, I'm not against free speech and everything, like, I'm all for that, but there's a point where you need to realize that what you're doing is causing more damage or more harm than good.
Right, exactly. Like, what is it? I mean, I forget what it's called, but I mean, just being irresponsible with the information that you're putting out there and putting targets on people's backs. Like, I didn't buy a gun because I'm fully expecting, holy shit.
I hate the highway.
I know. You know, like, I'm fully expecting to have somebody try and rob me for my gun.
Yeah.
Especially after that was posted. I was like, well, now I'm definitely not buying a gun because ain't no way. Because like I told you, I'm the one who's like easiest targeted.
Yeah. I was gonna put forth that we serialize magazines, but I don't think we have to worry about that.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'm not seeing any issues with anything going on right now. It's great roleplay across the board.
Have you heard about the thing where people are getting their cars borrowed or stolen and then having the upgrades ripped out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit on both sides that people don't check the ownership. I think but the thing is that anyone can really just work at Mosey's and do it. There is no prevention.
If there was a way to put serial numbers on the upgrades, then, you know, and there was some documentation, because like right now people can't even prove that they had upgrades in their car.
Yeah.
You know?
I hate the fact that I don't get to roleplay with Moon, but again, my sleeping schedule is all sorts of fucked up.
So that's kind of the biggest issue.
I will be going to the US in less than a week, so I should be on
one
more
of the asks from the captains, budget-wise, was they were asking for upgrades for the CVPIs to be able to keep up with these cars that are coming out, and I'm like, how often do your CVPIs get stolen? And they're like, not often. And I was like, how often do you think they're gonna get stolen after they get turbos? And they all got really quiet. I was like, yeah, see? Hello, welcome to my job.
Yeah.
This is why I don't put forth proposals in legislation, because I'm always sitting here thinking about the worst of the city.
Why did my trunk just open?
Apparently that happens when you're fixing the car sometimes. I guess. Did you get some tools out of the back?
No. I'm trying to fix the
Hmm.
engine. All right. Like, I guess it's
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Oh. Did I even fix it?
Alrighty. I just texted
whatever.
him.
All right. Yeah, we were going to wait. I'm gonna lock it. It's not rear engine though. It should be front engine. Why do Edda has never had a position like this? Crane had a position because he's not a role-playing lawyer. He knows his shit. They trust him. Like they trust him to a degree of management level. Like as a NoPixel trust him.
God, these poor captains have been awake for far too long.
Yeah, well.
There we go.
Howdy there.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, let's head on up. I'll get
All
the
right.
door behind you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, absolutely.
Back in the maze. I have no idea where the fuck I am.
That's all right. Let's go
Yeah,
on and follow me here.
Go on.
Go through this door or through another door, and we're gonna head upstairs here.
Crane knows his shit. He allows. Here's the thing. He could shoot a lot of things down because he knows the consequences. He knows what would happen because of certain things. But he gives enough leeway for it to be role play and for it to be fun, right? That's why he's leaving things open ended as well, because it
Right
provides.
through here into the captain's office.
Like when people go to
All
court.
Hello again.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Hello.
All right. I don't know if everybody's been introduced, but this is Deputy Mayor Michael Simone.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
It's
to meet you there,
Captain-
Deputy Mayor.
Nice to meet you
There you go.
again, Deputy Mayor.
Nice seeing you again as well. Am I allowed to smoke in here?
No,
All right. I will keep it in my pockets then.
thank you. Would you like to take this conversation to the roof? You can smoke on the roof if you'd like.
I think we should probably stay inside just to be sure.
All right.
Yeah, probably fair.
I don't like people accidentally overhearing things.
True.
Fair. All right. Well, if you need the smoke break, do let me know.
I will do that.
So I was having a conversation with Michael about our earlier discussions and bringing to him my concerns. And so I was told Flop came home and we were just kind of not going into too
Their
much
meeting
detail.
rooms is on the
but,
first
he
floor, like
mentioned
to the
that
street.
y'all had spoken to the mayor already.
We have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I saw the open hours. I considered going up there, but I just figured I would wait. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
How did it go?
I'll tell you how
I'll be
it ended.
honest. I'm blindsided.
Okay.
It ended with him shouting at us,
Kicking us out of
telling
the
us
office.
that we're going to be working for him. We better get our shit in order because the next week we're going to be doing as he says.
Yeah. We were given a week to get ready, basically.
Did he say?
Uh-huh.
So what is his reasonings? Like, what did he give any examples or?
He believes that the captain should have oversight. He believes the captains, also need to have somebody come in and review whatever work they're doing in PD, and we have no problem with that at all. It's just our rebuttal was like, we don't need a legislation for something like that. We can recommend somebody, and we can have them come in and give us feedback as far as what we're doing. No problem with that. It's just it seemed like he wanted this to happen, or else
He wouldn't even consider it unless he was in power controlling it. Didn't want to entertain us actually having an outside party come in and reviewing things. He pretty much shut it down because it only mattered as long as he was in control of how everything went.
Well, we're already looking at an outside party, right? That's why we have to
The civilian oversight.
Yes.
And we brought that up and we asked where that was, and he said it's not yet created. And that was kind of the point of that board, was to sort of have that outside eyes, but he wants to control it, not the civilian oversight board.
Which I think was a point that Malton brought up in his notes that he just updated. Because he's like, that's literally the point of the civilian oversight board. So why would we supersede
And that's
that?
kind of what we were saying. Also, like we kind of discussed with him, he said one of the biggest issues is numbers, which we do agree is an issue and is something we're actively working on. Academies coming through as quick as we can train people. We asked how like he thinks he could do better, and his only thing was have somebody look at it.
What?
That's his way of doing it better, is just have an outside party look at it, which that's when it turned on to the discussion. Like, we'd be willing to have that, have another party, see if there's things we could do better. But he wanted, again, to be in control of that.
Who do you guys report to? Like, are you the highest authority in the PD?
We are.
within the PD, yes.
Within the PD.
We answer to the Feds/state supremacy.
Okay.
I mean, I even propose having like a chief of police come in. Like, we throw a selection of like 5-6 people's names toward the mayor and the city council, and then y'all pick the best candidate from that, and that person, you know, goes on to lead the LSPD, having a full functioning chain of command.
I do want to be very transparent in this because I'm sure the mayor will bring it up. He thinks I should be arrested for treason during the conversation.
What?
He said they're voting on it, and I said, does that mean we, because we're a separate entity, does that mean we can just vote and say we have power over the city council? Kind of trying to prove the point that one of, like, there's the DOJ, there's the city council, there's the PD, that if one can just vote and say they're above the other, me saying that he thinks is treason and I should be arrested.
What? Well, then I guess I should be as well.
Wait, why do you say that?
I mean, I think this whole thing is ridiculous. I mean, How is that treason? You were literally just making a point.
Why? So here's the thing, right? Why would we give them funding if they're not part of the government?
That's what
We're
he
not
was able
just
to get
taking
out
over.
while
It's not a hostile
And
takeover.
started
screaming at the top
311-ing.
of his lungs.
Yeah.
Quite
He was
literally.
311ing?
Yeah, not pretty things, I can tell you. He was saying
So he's just become an abusive child throwing a temper tantrum, is what I'm hearing.
I'm not
Your
gonna
words,
put
not
any word-
mine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put words on it. Like I said, he was calling us traitors, captains, saying we're lying, that we sit in the office from sundown till sunset, and that's all we do. And we circle jerk all the time.
Okay, has he never been in charge of everything? I mean, of things, of anything. Sorry, words are hard. I've been up for a long time now. That's literally all that people in upper management do. It's meetings, 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 and more meetings.
I'm gonna be honest, there's not much I know about him besides what he made us privy to at the beginning of the meeting, which was that he's a ex-treasonist terrorist. That
Tried to overthrow the prior government.
that's how he introduced himself, just for the record.
That is a interesting introduction.
Do you see what I'm saying, Michael? Do you see?
I am seeing. I'm seeing.
The megalomania that is coming from him it's concerning.
The thing that I wouldn't introduce myself like that, though. But
Everybody has skeletons in their closet. That's understandable.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be. Go ahead, sorry.
That doesn't mean they're that person today, which is fine. little odd to introduce yourself that way, though. At least I found it
Yes.
that way.
It's like he was trying to use it as some kind of intimidation tactic. Like,
I didn't see it
oh,
that way. I saw it as
I'm a
him
big,
trying
scary
to.
treasonous.
Be open and honest, but it's also
Yes.
in that situation, it kind of, in my
Doesn't
opinion,
work.
seems sort of what he's trying to do currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it as an intimidation factor, but I mean, I don't know how I see it.
I
It
see
wasn't
it as
intimidation. but-
more trying to open up with like honesty, transparency about your past, and saying, okay, that person I used to be is no longer me because I'm the mayor right now, and I'm here to make
No,
things
it's not just
different.
that.
I want to make a
You
change.
guys can't just put
That's how it came
that
off
is
to me,
why Edda
but
doesn't
obviously
like
the
Max.
screaming
Edda looks at from it from a very
and the
different
constant
perspective.
disrespect was a problem that I had
Yeah.
because we wanted to have civil discourse, right? There's no problem with that. But
Right.
when people are shouting and saying names, it doesn't get the point across.
No. Let me try. It's more, I guess it's some questioning, but also like a bit of a devil's advocate. So like you're saying it, you guys would be fine to bring in like a chief of police kind of thing. The reason you guys wouldn't have Max be quote unquote chief of police is because he is not qualified.
And he's not a member of the PD. You have to be somebody who's out there.
Okay, so you're saying he's not a member of PD. Again, is it just because he's not qualified? Say he had the qualification but wasn't a member of PD. Why couldn't he be in that position?
So in that role, you need to be able to hire, fire, change SOPs. You need to know the in and outs of the job to be able to do the job.
Yeah, he would have to study our SOPs first and then understand them,
Actually
right?
see how things are on the field, and you need to know the in and outs of everything that is required in order to have that job.
Okay.
Between the three of us, we have over 40 years of experience in law enforcement. We're not just coming off some random beat, right? We're experienced. We've dealt with a lot of different situations. We understand what it takes to make a department work. It takes time, and to do it right, you got to do it right the first time, and not try to, hurry things up and then go back and try to put band-aids on everything.
Right. So, say Max sat down, studied your SOPs, went on ride-alongs, saw how things were. Would you then consider?
Yeah, I mean, if you're taking steps, if you want us to learn and actually know the ins and outs of the police department, I have no problem opening that door. I have offered ride-alongs. I've offered him to know the ins and outs as far as that, right?
Yeah.
So that is always open.
My issue also is he has not even attempted to discuss any issues with the captains before like a few days ago.
Has he tried
Like
to
not
reach
once
out?
has. A few days ago, yes.
Yeah, he tried to get a hold of me, and in fact,
But
he actually
prior
went-
to that, there has been no communication that he has tried to reach out to bring up any concerns within the PD.
Well, the thing is that this has only been a concern, like a big concern, and brought to light a week ago. That is when this was brought up. As far as I know, he went straight from our meeting to a meeting in PD somewhere. I don't know where that went or who he talked to specifically, but it's only really been, it was brought up as a concern at the meeting last week. And I guess
Right.
it's only been a week that this has really been talked about. So he hasn't reached out to anyone prior to that. That is correct. But I feel like after bringing it up, he has probably done steps. But again, I don't know because he had this meeting with you guys earlier. I didn't know. So
Deputy Mayor, if I may,
Mhm.
why can't we work hand in hand to sort out and figure out an issue? Why does he have to come in and get legislation that puts him in control of it all?
I don't. I have to talk to Max to specifically know what the fuck he's thinking because I don't. But the way I'm seeing it is not that he is gonna run the PD. But again, I don't know. What I'm seeing is that we meet in the middle ground, like you said, that we have somebody that like a chief of police or chief of whatever would probably be a good. And I think that he might be trying to put himself and again, I'm also apparently part of this. It says the mayor and the deputy mayor as those people. Am I qualified for this? Fuck no. I ain't got any idea how to run PD. But I do see it from an outside perspective as well. Is when I hear people talking about PD, they're not saying that PD isn't qualified. It's quite the opposite from 5 years ago. That PD actually does, like when they do their job and when there's people around, they do their job and they do it well. There just isn't enough people. And that's what I hear from everybody.
Yeah. And we agree, and that is something I don't know if you've noticed. The weekends are always going to be a bit rough, but over the past week, it has greatly improved. We've had a lot more officers on duty on the streets, and we are constantly hiring, but we can't just go out and just hand out a gun and a badge to everybody. They do need to be trained.
I am aware.
And it does not help that the shift that usually the mayor is around often is our weakest shift right now as far as numbers. And that's just no spinning it other way. It is a difficult, shift to recruit for because of just the logistics behind it, right?
Again, devil's advocate. Could it be that there might be too much focus on quality over quantity? I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but sometimes you can go too far to the degree where, again, you might not have the numbers because you're sorting out people that could, in the long run, be an officer, but they might not have the quality at the moment.
I mean, that's a fair point. It's just kind of the direction we're given to focus on as far as quality over quantity, because that's what we want in the PD. We want an officer to be able to go out there and for people to see, wow, that's a fantastic police officer who can handle himself no matter what's coming their way. They're able to keep that cool, calm, collective approach, and they get the job done without us trying to babysit them all the time.
All right. That's fair. Again, I'm just throwing it out there if it could be an issue.
Yeah, and on top of it right now, we're running into is training. Training is the biggest bottleneck that is happening, and burnouts do happen with training because training sometimes isn't fun. It is exhausting to teach somebody, how to be
Very
a police officer.
exhausting. Mhm.
Yeah, you have to explain things step by step, and you have to have a lot of patience and correct things and be on top of things and pay attention to that person while things are going on around you and be responsible for somebody else's police work. So it can burn somebody out pretty quick.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
we don't take our job lightly. We hold people's lives in our hands, and we need to make sure people know how to do that, because they could kill somebody or ruin somebody's life if they are not trained.
No, I agree. Could there, and again, I'm just spitballing and throwing shit out there. You can say it's a bad idea, or you can say it's not even possible. Could there be not openings, but could it be possible to have officers that would be out on the streets, but maybe not armed with a firearm, so they could get experience that way?
And here, I'm gonna propose something to you, honestly, that I kind of thought about.
Brand new.
I'll share with you all too as well.
All right.
That would be something that would help with speed enforcement and traffic citations / parking citations, while also having it be an entry level for the PD, so folks can work that job to earn a badge one day and work with us.
Yeah. My biggest concern about some of that is people are going to get upset if they're not responding to big situations. They're going to be like, this cop was just standing there on the street looking at parked cars instead of dealing with my kidnapping.
I would absolutely love to have a system like that. However, we're in the same bottleneck we're in now.
That's
gonna be training. Training is the same bottleneck. You still don't want people wearing this uniform being out there representing the state.
Pocket mates, yeah. Well, no, I get that. I do get that.
Jackasses, right?
Yeah, but I feel like the bigger problem is that when you're telling an officer to go out and do parking tickets and pull people over for speeding, that's different when they have then having to respond to situations where they have to pull out their firearm and they have to manage a crowd and they have to manage people.
Well, to be honest with you, traffic stops are one of the most dangerous things we do, because you never know who
they
you're
wouldn't
stopping.
do traffic stops. There'd be more parking enforcement, barriers for scene control, and meter enforcement. As an officer in field as far as transportation.
Maybe have them take statements in a lot of situations.
Yeah, take statements, start learning how. They're kind of helpers, and this is an entry level that any civilians, the criminal record, can apply for. Guys like that work at the tow yard, Group 6, sanitation. They want to have a job that they can, also pay, but at the same time, be good on their resume to apply for a government position or in the PD.
And that's the thing, we are actively working on ways to improve things, but a lot of things do take time. We have been a department for just 2 months now.
Right.
And we have quadrupled or doubled to tripled our numbers probably in that time.
How are you dealing with the inactives? What's the time frame that y'all give for your inactive officers?
They don't show up in 30 days, they're gone.
Okay.
We've been trying to keep track, so at the 2-week mark we can reach out and be like, hey, this is where you're at, are you coming back to work, type of thing.
Yeah, we like to give them
one
one
going
morning.
LOA or
yeah,
what's going on with them. get some more information.
This is your warning. If you're deemed in low activity, if you don't show up, you'll be removed. And we've permitted at least what 6-7 cops so far for inactivity.
Do
Yeah,
y'all
something.
have an influx of FTOs and other shifts that might be willing to lend a hand in the other ones that are struggling?
So it's kind of
Every
all
shift.
shifts need more
Every
people.
shift is struggling.
Like
Yeah.
right now, I just did a small academy. I'm getting a few more FTOs trained up for my next big academy.
Gotcha.
So, like I'm
Okay.
using the smaller one to train the new ones for the big one.
Gotcha.
I think all shifts
okay.
have FTO or people who are candidates for FTOs. You know,
Mhm.
shift 1 does, shift 3 does, shift 2. Do you have candidates that you're looking at for FTO right now? Flex? You do, right?
Yes.
All shifts are looking at candidates, whether they have past experience and they're working their way
I
through
don't know how their
PTO,
DAP system works, so I
whether
can't comment on
we're
it.
putting the finishing touches to make sure they're what we're looking for. We have new FTOs that are coming, which is going to help alleviate other FTOs in training, have more FTOs available to train people, and hopefully speed up that process.
Yeah,
Yeah,
things are
so-
starting to like roll in a positive way where like a lot of our officers made full officer and now they're being fully FTO trained to then
Right.
help the next
They're
wave.
eligible to apply for certs and things like that to help out with training.
All right, so it's like it's
Gotcha.
picking up speed because you're getting more and more people, and then more and
Correct.
more. Okay.
Right. Yeah. It's like all of the, what do you call them? Not solo cadets. It's what is it
PPOs?
called? Thank you.
Yeah, all the
So-
PPOs are making the full officer and then a lot of them
And then
becoming
getting
FTOs.
ready to help. Okay.
Yes.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's just going to kind of snowball from there and become easier all around. So
Right.
Right.
Then we can do bigger academies. We can hire more people on at a time because we have more people able to train.
Right now, we're just pacing as far as the FTO to cadet ratio, so we're not having a massive burnout.
Yeah, we don't
Mhm.
want people to not come on duty because they don't want to train because that's what they feel like they do 24/7.
Right.
right.
Hmm.
Okay. Any questions, Michael? I'm sorry.
Feel free, because I'm sure some of the discussion will come up tomorrow, right?
Tonight.
tonight.
Yeah, later today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What am I
I
saying?
don't know. How long
Yeah.
have you
I know
been
you haven't
awake?
slept yet. They haven't slept yet.
The thing is, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be able to have a chance to talk to Max because usually he wakes up and then rolls into the meeting. So anything in between is. But if you guys are gonna show up to the meeting anyways, I feel like I might get an insight on what he's
Yeah,
trying to
I don't think I'll be able to be there because I have obligations, but I believe these two will be.
do. Okay.
Okay.
Again, I'm a very neutral party, and I told Edit the same thing. It really depends on what he's trying to do with this. I'm not for it, but I'm not against it either, because and I'm not saying you guys are doing a bad job because you're not. Again, I don't know how you work internally. I barely see it. I don't interact with PD much because at the end of the day, I'm a civilian, so I don't have to. The few times I do have interactions, they've been good, so I can't complain. So I'm not on that side of things. It's only when what I hear from other people is, numbers, etc., etc. So, if you guys think that having a chief of police would be the way to go, maybe we'll look in that direction. But again, I have to talk to Max exactly what his ideas are and what he's trying to do.
Would it be possible to get a record of those 311s that he sent?
I don't see why.
It's a PD announcement made for everybody. As
All
far
right,
as the
if
PD.
people are calling people
PD
out
has
for not
access, but I
showing
can
up
put it
and,
into a
and saying
document
that
and
is
send that over.
convenient, you
No,
guys need
I
to
want
take a
I
fucking
want to
break.
see the abusive
People have real
311s
life
that
shit.
he sent
Do
to
not
all
use
of you.
real life reasons for people to not
Because
roleplay as a
there
fucking thing.
is a level of professionalism
It's roleplay.
because
People
we're
have
all
other shit to
supposed
do.
to be representatives of the city council, and we need to be mindful of our behavior because we all represent each other. And if I have a member of my council being abusive to people who are literally putting their lives on the line for this city, then I have an issue with that. And that calls into question part of his job.
Well, I'm gonna read them
Smile.
out for you. Okay, he said, "He threw in. How can you vouch for an ability and importance to train cops to do their job if your first instance to crawl back to Mission Pretty to lunch at each other?" That was one.
I
Hard to
can
do.
put it in a
Okay.
document and share it right now. I already got it.
All right, perfect.
Max is just
Perfect.
unhinged.
Thank you so much.
So it's going to be a note
Okay.
I just exported the report.
Like, he's just putting it out bluntly
gonna
instead
save
of
it.
wrapping it. I don't know, man. I like it. I love the fact that he's just calling them out. But again, I think he's toning it up more than maybe what is actually happening.
There's no body because I just put that SWATs in there.
Oh, god damn it. Why are you doing it like this?
My thing is, if this just became an issue last week, I just would have appreciated like conversations and try to figuring out how to do it instead of jumping to just taking over.
No, I agree. That's why the first thing that I did was come to MRPD, and I literally sat for a couple of hours until Captain Turner walked past me, and I immediately grabbed him and said, "We need to talk." So, yeah.
Also, in general, a lot of times I will not approach the city council because I feel like that is our PDA liaison's job. He was voted there for a reason, so we just go through Nakota for a lot of communication, and I don't know if that is leading to more of an issue than
Yeah.
solving an issue.
No, that's what I speak with Malcolm on a regular basis, and he was the one who actually brought it to my attention, and that's why I had already asked him. I was like, "Hey, are you okay with me reaching out?" Because I wanted to hear for myself what these supposed issues were, and only to find out that it just seems to be
You can
coming
let them
from
free.
a
Just if
very
people are
vocal
unhinged, they'll
minority,
spot them. Time them out.
and not the PD
Do
as a
not
whole.
use
And I
real
do want to
life
bring up, we did speak to an officer earlier who had spoken
shit
with the
against
mayor, and
people.
he felt like a lot of things that he had told the mayor were misrepresented. And he felt like the mayor even shut him down and said his opinion didn't matter.
Okay, yeah. That's what, because I spoke to, basically it felt like the mayor was reaching out to officers to try and spin a narrative that he had gotten all of this confirmation from officers just because he sought them out instead of the other way around. So, because I know he called,
Yeah, that's
more
the thing
than
though.
one
He's
officer
causing a
to ask
infection.
them.
If he called several officers and asked, "Hey, what are the current problems with PD?" I would completely expect him to say the same thing. And I don't think there's a problem that officers respond to that. I don't think there's a problem that the mayor even reach out to people. I don't.
Right.
I just think the problem is where the communication drops between the mayor and us as captains. Come to us. What are we planning on doing? Yeah, one day he did try to meet with Slacks. He said he waited, I think, 2 hours for Slacks in the lobby. And I quote, his words were, "I'm the fucking mayor. I don't care what you're doing."
Which is fair. He's the mayor.
Yeah, but still.
I don't know what the case was, but I feel like one attempt, and while it was a long attempt, don't get me wrong, I feel like that's resorting to where we are at now is not the route to go.
Yeah.
I want that. I think we all want a working relationship with the mayor's office. We're not against a working relationship with the mayor's office. We're not against the problems he wants to fix. What we're against is him coming in and taking control.
Without even knowing how the day-to-day runs or any of those regards.
He has zero
Right.
idea as to what goes into the work that we do.
Like, he suggested a mentor program
He suggested what?
for
I'll have
FTOs, but we
I have
already
a
have
mentor
that.
program. Even I know
Like,
that.
it's already in place. It was something he suggested that we should do, like an improvement, and I was like, that is something that's already in place.
See, and had he had a conversation with me, I could have told him the y'all already had one because I know that.
Yeah, but Lenny
Or,
knows, but you
I
can't
mean,
use that
frankly,
information
we
on
have
Max. Yes, he
Dakota.
knows 100% how it works.
I'm curious why Nakota wasn't, or how Nakota wasn't brought into. I just little lost to how all this broke down.
He has over time slowly been pulling away from the rest of the council. Especially when
Who's
we
he?
start Max, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, especially for the people who are routinely questioning or poking holes in the things that he brings forth.
Yeah.
Which is mostly myself, Dr. Cantor, and
if
Officer
Max is
Nakota.
reaching out to cops, he's getting the unbiased
I mean,
opinion from cops.
in my proposal of like taking over DOJ, like if the mayor was over it, doesn't it make the PD liaison job pointless, the treasurer
What's
job
that?
pointless? Like several
Mhm.
different roles on the council are now null and void
Yeah.
because he
I
just
mean,
controls them.
him doing this is, like I said, and I've said it to many people, like, where does it stop? If he gets this far, then who's to say he won't go for something else? He's going to come up with an excuse that something else needs work and he needs to fix it, and then
Mm,
he's going to take control of something else.
yes, but he will only be able to do
Remember.
that if there's enough votes for it. You need to keep that in
He
mind.
also believes that he thinks he could be in charge of the DOJ if he wanted to. He just thinks Crane does a good job, so he doesn't want to.
Again, if it goes to that point where it comes up for a vote, and if people actually agree with him, then like you have to keep
Yeah,
that in
but
mind. If he's the only one presenting something, everyone else is against it, then no, obviously he couldn't. But if he presents something and people agree, then there must be something about it, right? Why else
I
would people agree?
mean, as it stands, it feels like it's going to be pretty close if it comes to a vote, like half and half kind of close, which means that he will get his way because he gets the tiebreaker vote.
Yeah, but if it's 50-50, that means there is some issues at hand, right? There's an agreement still that some people are agreeing and some people are disagreeing.
So I sort of have a question on the city council thing. So he
Mhm.
stated he fired Juno because she didn't agree with him, and the role
Correct.
of the chief of staff is to support the mayor and do whatever he wants to do.
Basically.
So he has 3 votes out of 8.
Yeah.
Well, 9
No, he has. Well, yes, you could say that. He has 3 votes.
out of 9. So he's a third of the vote, himself.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
That's just how it works.
So if you vote to impeach him, it can fail just because one person on the council doesn't agree.
Yeah, but you have to see it like this as well. If Max went out before he became mayor and made agreements with people on the council or on the board prior to getting selected, he could have made these decisions nonetheless. Like, say he went out and talked to me and we made an agreement, or he went out and talked to Edda, or, well, probably not Edda specifically, but the having voting system is good, but there isn't anything stopping us from
Forging alliances.
Yeah,
This
basically.
isn't Survivor,
Oh,
Michael.
absolutely.
Please.
I was just trying to get an idea of the so pretty much it's more likely for whatever the mayor wants to get passed. He just needs to get like one person on board.
Yeah. So the chief of staff is basically just a glorified assistant, and he chooses whoever he wants to be in that position, and obviously he's going to choose somebody that's going to side with him. So
It's a lot of power already.
Why does
Yeah.
chief of staff get a vote then? If he's able to appoint someone who has a say in the council,
that is for
or a
Crane.
voting power, I should say.
Yeah, that is for Crane to answer, not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only tiebreaker.
Okay.
Again,
Well,
this was kind of dropped on me. I think I saw it yesterday. So again, I don't know what the overall plan is, and I will not be able to hear about it until the meeting itself.
Okay. Yeah, we got a bit blindsided by this as well. Didn't even know the mayor had concerns. Like we assumed the numbers thing, which was something we're actively addressing, but it wasn't. Yeah,
Right.
wasn't fully communicated to us in any way.
that's why I invited y'all to the council meeting, because like I would rather sit down and discuss the issues and come up with a plan on how we can work together to fix it. Like, here's what we're hearing.
Why are they questioning? Because
how
right
can you,
now they're the
what
highest
plans
authority
do y'all
at
have
PD.
to fix this, and then how can we help you
And
make
of
those
course,
plans
having
happen?
your
You know what I mean? Like
your power
that
taken
in my
away
head,
or
and I've said
questioned
it
is
this a
going to make
million
you
times.
defensive.
That is how
That
it
is just
should
how it
work
works.
to me. And this is just like skipping. It's like we went from step 1 to 10 and
Yeah,
skipped
I mean,
all
I
of
would like
these
the
other
civilian
steps.
oversight board to be in place and kind of work through that, because at this point the civilian oversight board also would be pointless.
Yeah, like it's completely undermining the head of the bar's position. in the council. So, like, surely Molten can't be happy about that.
Yeah.
Well, it got added. I believe it says directly refer any emergent personnel issues to the head of the bar association for civilian oversight board consideration. They did add that part to it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The oversight board is written in the document, is it?
But then he's also saying that Molten's the one who's going to be doing all the reviewing of PD.
Okay, and okay, I have feelings about that, but
Yeah, just I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow.
okay. Well, I wanted basically
Wait,
to
what?
just kind of, I guess, check in to see how it went with the mayor.
Directly
Unfortunately,
refer
I
any
am
emergent personal
even more
issues to the
disturbed
head
now
of
after
bar
hearing
association
how he behaved.
for civilian oversight board's
And
consideration.
I'm sorry.
So what? He will
I
make
know that
decisions
I
that then will be
don't
brought
have
up to
to
the head of
apologize
bar
for him, but I feel like I should
and the
because
civil oversight.
I want you to know that the council does not feel the same way that he does. So, and we certainly don't behave that way. I know I'm a little rough around the edges, but I don't scream and call names at people. I am an adult and I know how to use my words. So,
Yeah, I don't think any of us hold anything against the council. I think we all saw
And like I said,
firsthand
we're
it was
fully
his actions.
opening with
So.
working with people, but just somebody who is not within the PD having say over when the PD should do things and how to hire, how to fire, and all of that just seems like a bit of a power grab, to be honest.
yeah. Okay. Well, we won't take up any more of your time. We appreciate you. Please get some sleep.
If you
Yep,
guys are
we're
gonna
gonna
have,
do that as soon as we clear up here.
yeah,
All right.
meeting's
And
gonna
we will
be
head out.
interesting. All right, appreciate your
All
time, yeah.
I'm gonna walk you all out. Appreciate you coming
Appreciate
down.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming down.
If there's
Of
anything
course,
else,
of course.
just reach out.
Yes, please don't hesitate.
Yeah, we'll do. Thank you so much for coming down here.
Of
I
course.
appreciate that. And
Thank you.
likewise, you know, the fact you came down here and got our perspective. Anytime you have any questions or you're hearing things in the streets, you're not sure that, it's true.
Exactly.
Ask away. I'm more than happy to provide you with our perspective on things.
Can I ask a question? It's not a comfortable question though.
I mean, you can ask any questions you want.
So from kind of what it sounded like is that the time you've been on leave of absence, things have been kind of at a standstill. Is that the case, or have things been moving along still? Even
No, I
without
mean,
you being here.
This is a floor right here. You're talking about my leave of absence.
Whoever was basically gone. I'm not sure who that
Yeah, it
was.
was Captain Turner. Yeah.
It was. He was gone for 14 days, as far as I remember. Or was it 14 or 12 days? Something like that.
Roughly 14. I don't know the exact number, to be honest with you. Maybe slightly longer, 16 maybe.
Is everything able to still go around with people missing, or do things come to a
So
standstill?
I feel like this is pertaining back to warrants being signed, because that seemed to be a key point that he brought up, was that warrants were not getting signed. However, we have checks and balances in place for warrants that requires a command member to sign it.
Right.
Currently,
And
we
that-
do not have a fully operating chain of command because we are slowly, little by little, ensuring people are meeting the criteria that we want for those positions, and that there's adequate staffing below them as well. There's no point to have a lieutenant right now when we have 2 or 3 seniors per shift.
Yeah.
Right. There's no point in having one yet. So we want naturally promote as we do academies and get new members into the PD. We want to naturally promote people from one rank to the rank above it, not directly up to a rank several higher. And we want to
want to make sure people are ready for a position before they're just thrown into it.
right.
Yeah, that's fair.
So currently there is a check and balance where it requires a command member, which is us 3 right now, that can sign warrants. Slacks has been doing an absurd amount of hours.
And I'm going to let you know,
covering
even if
shift
I'm
3.
not awake, I'll be in my bed and I sign warrants all the time.
Warrants get signed fairly quickly, I would say. There might be gaps where they're not signed.
The only time they
for a
don't
few
is when they need
hours.
more work.
No,
Right.
these people weren't ranked prior to
Um,
4.0, so
Yes, there was a stress on shift 3.
okay.
I think Slack's picked up a lot of the slack there.
I'm on duty for
No
the
pun
tail
intended.
end of shift 3 as well. He goes into the beginning of shift 3, and I was on duty at the end of shift 3.
So I believe that the majority of what needed to take place during shift 3 was still being handled.
All right. Yeah, it
And
was
what
just.
we-
Oh, go on.
What we've done as well is we've talked to our seniors and come up with a system with command reports where they can propose and vote on things.
Mm.
So let's say the captain's absent. That way they can get things moving along without having a captain always present to say yes to things. They can start, proposing things. We can talk through our command reports without always having being around. That way, the lines of communication is always present.
All right, sounds good. It was just
Yeah.
again, it was just something that was like brought up,
Yeah,
and that's
improvements can be made, and we're trying to adjust as they come up.
improvements can always be made. So, just that goes for everybody and everywhere, basically. But
Yep.
all right,
absolutely.
I just wanted to double check. Again, it was just a question because again, it was something I heard, figured I would ask. So, but I do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you guys for your time. Again, if there's anything, you can always just reach out.
Will do. I appreciate you.
Thank you as well.
All right, well, enjoy your sleep when you get there.
All right, nice to meet you.
Take care.
Hey,
Nice to meet
one
you.
day, Deputy Mayor, one day we'll get there.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, y'all take care.
Y'all be safe. Thank you for coming down here.
Of
Appreciate it.
course.
Interesting.
I'm sorry if I spoke over you.
No, you're good.
This shit just has me like, what is his behavior? Have you looked at these 311s?
Yeah, I did. Again, I don't want to make any assumptions because I wasn't at the meeting, and I hate the games of telephone. So
No, I get that. Trust me. That's why I went to everybody like individually. But you've seen him in the meetings, how defensive he gets.
yeah, but I think that's just kind of how. Again, I'm not defending him. I think it's how he is. So whatever happened for him to go off like that might be more to it. I think so. Here's the few observations from this, right? What I get from this conversation is that right now they are the top, right? These are the people that are the highest in terms of power in the PD, other than the federal government itself. And I think the reason they don't like, again, it's the same reason I was asking, like, if Max took time to read the SOPs and get into things, like, would they be fine with it then? And they said yes. And he, like, there is there is things, again, I think one, they're worried about getting maybe their power taken away, or that they have somebody to answer to. But then at the same time, they did say that they wanted a chief of police if that came to it. But I don't know. I have to read the entire thing in detail to know exactly what he's trying to do. I also think you need to keep in mind that he's been loud about this, and now they're kind of scrambling as well, which is good because now they're actually paying attention to the things that have been brought up. So maybe that's his play. Maybe he's just being loud to make them realize that there is a problem, to make them actually, do things.
But now these threats on 311, like this is a problem. We can't have a mayor who behaves like this.
Well, he's done it before, though. It's not the first time. With the Hazel
When?
thing.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, he called out Hazel when he was fired from G6, doing a state announcement.
Okay, I wasn't made aware, but I mean,
I don't know. Again, I don't know what she said that would make him upset like this, other than what she just told us. And again, I don't know if she was being honest. I don't think if that is just all she did, that he would go off like that. I think she might have questioned his intentions and why is the mayor's office, why is the government even thinking about being on the same levels as PD. But she also needs to realize if we are the ones that are making a budget, fuck me, you know what I'm saying, for them.
Yes.
We are on the same level, but at the same time we are probably higher. We are making the laws that they have to enforce. Are we not?
Yeah. But I mean,
So why can't we make laws that they have to enforce for themselves? I don't know. I need to talk to Max because I don't know. This is just all me spitballing shit because I don't really know. Also, why is my front? Oh, never mind.
Okay. Oh, it's the deputy mayor. That's.
I just don't.
I might
No.
go.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Anna. Oh,
Hey. Hi.
Pop went to bed.
Oh, did he? Okay.
he went to sleep because.
Yeah, he's been up for a very long time, so.
Yeah.
Look, the thing is,
Thank you. I need that. Thank you.
is some of the shit Max doing incorrect? Sure.
You doing that up?
Does
How are
Michael
you,
care?
Michael?
No, he's gonna vote with Max. He
I
thinks
see
he's
your
in the
car
same
looks a
spot
little
that the
bit different.
PD
That's
needs to be
good,
held
right?
accountable.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit better than it did. It's good. Yeah, I'm happy for you.
I drove your car.
Oh, did you? How
I
how
did.
is it?
It's great.
Yeah.
Don't go over 80 for too long, or else it'll overheat.
Yeah. Yeah, if you know
Yes,
put the limiter
Michael
on
would
like
surely have
89
PD
to 90, you should be
to
okay.
have oversight for
Okay,
PD.
yeah, that's pretty much
100%
what
he
I
would.
did. But yeah, I had to go into town earlier, and Sean's car is still in PD because he had to fly out of town
Right.
he had an emergency. So
Okay, all right. I hope he's
I was
okay.
stranded.
Mm. There was some lady at City Hall looking for somebody to approve her business proposal.
Well, Michael, smile.
Wait, what's up? I was zoned out. What did you say?
There's some lady at City Hall looking for somebody to approve her, business proposal. But I figured since you guys are chilling up here, you probably didn't want to.
I just
You
hear
know.
business stuff and then I just zone out.
I'm trying to be a business owner.
Oh yeah,
Talk to
what
Max.
do you do?
Forte Records.
Oh,
Well,
Hey,
okay.
as much as I would like to listen, it all goes through Max.
you don't need to. It's okay.
So.
That's fine.
Max said I should name a record label Laser Fuck.
What?
That's a true story.
Why did he say to
Then-
name it that?
Because I said Forte Records, and he went, "That's fucking lame." And I said, "It's not fucking lame. You should
In
name it something
reality,
like Laser Fuck."
well, in reality, who
I
does
said,
the
"That sucks."
PD
And he said, "What about
answer
Needle
to?
Dick?" And that one was kind of funny. But then, trying to start a legitimate business.
No one. Nobody?
Oh, I see. Okay, I mean, I feel like you could start a legitimate business with the name
Yeah,
Laser
the mayor.
Fuck.
Mayor's office.
I don't know.
You said you do, I don't know.
No,
that's-
no.
that's-
Chat. I'm not talking about
Laser
in
fucking?
game.
Information.
I'm talking in real
Yeah.
life. Who does
You said you were a porn
the
star. so,
police
like,
department answer
you
to
know,
when
maybe
Max
that's
is
like
dead?
your-
That's hearsay.
Okay. I was gonna say that could be like both your, label name and
Ooh.
your.
It's a laser tag arena, but for adults.
Exactly.
I've,
Give me a second.
That shit would hit,
that's
and you know it
that's
would.
crazy.
I need to take a piss. Give me a second, chat. The worry, but that's the thing, though. We probably know that OOC he's not going to abuse it. And again, it is said that when somebody else takes over, when his term is over, we can remove this again. So it's a yeah. You're back. Fucking fuck. So my take on it, right, is that I think it's a position that needs to be filled, and if not by the mayor, then obviously somebody who is kind of neutral. But I also see that yes, they can get a chief of police who knows SOPs and everything else, but that makes it harder to hold people accountable. Because when you have somebody that works in the field, they can easier see between fingers when cops protecting cops. Whereas you have the mayor who wants to hold them accountable, What's the yelling clip? Send it. I'll give it a look. And the mayor is accountable to the city. If they feel like the mayor is overstepping, I guess impeachment.
It's clear to me that you are not keen on working with me. Tomorrow, this goes to vote. It's probably going to pass. And I hope to God, when I speak to all of you in a week, your shit is moving at an acceptable pace, because it's not acceptable right now.
On taking power over the city council?
Mayor, I don't understand where this is coming from.
Okay.
We're giving you our perspective on things as far as what's happening. We're trying to tell you our problems. And instead of hearing us out, you're saying...
It's funny that they say that he's being disrespectful when he's talking at a normal tone, and then she fires something like that.
And get your shit together in a week, or you're
Hold
basically
on.
gone.
Did this woman just suggest treason, Slacks?
Is that treason? We are equal branches of government.
No,
all
we're not
government
equal
entities.
branches.
You are not a branch of government. You are a fucking police department. You are not a branch of government. There is executive, judicial, legislative. You are none of those. You work for me. Get the fuck out of my office. Leave. It's over. It's clear to me that you are not keen
He
on
is
working
not.
with me.
He is not wrong though.
Tomorrow.
Are they not satisfied with his answer? 100%. But he's not wrong. Isn't this meta? Am I gonna use it? No. He was yelling a lot before. Well, nonetheless, she is still incorrect and he is not. He's right. Will he tell Max about how much Edda is snaking? No, because Edda is not really snaking. She just disagrees with a lot of the shit that Max does.
The
which
way
is
the structure is currently,
fine.
discipline / anything really that you would put a quote unquote command around needs to okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need food.
There's 3 of them. Now there was only 2.
Here's the thing, right? You guys might not like Edda as a character because she goes against Max, but you have to see it. Edda is in a position where she has to be neutral. She cannot be corrupt. I think she's great. I think she's in a great position, and I think she's playing it great. She's questioning everything that Max does